morning Facebook Live. It's Hamp Lee III with Spiritual Combatants. I'm home and it's Thanksgiving. I'm so excited to be back home, but I wanted to take a moment just to share with you one quick word about thankfulness. And to do this, I wanted to share a message about my first car. My first car was a 1977 Volkswagen Rabbit. It was red on the outside. I painted the rims black, and then I put some chrome, like a chrome lip around it. The inside interior was white. In the front, I had blue and black carpet in front. Carpet in the front. And then I had brown carpet in the back. And if you've seen a Rabbit, it has this hatchback on it. And so on the hatchback, instead of having the standard model that came with it or the standard equipment, I had to have plywood with door hinges on it. And then I drilled out, I was in high school, of course, so I had to drill out 2 holes to put 2 10-inch speakers in the back. And so I didn't technically have a box, but if you consider when I closed the hatch down, it was enclosed in a box like 7. And I absolutely wound up loving the vehicle. It took me all over the city. And at that time, I lived in Compton, but I went to school in Los Angeles, really close to Hollywood. So that was a very long trip. But when I first got the car, I wasn't thankful. And I went to my dad and I asked him, why didn't you spend more money on this vehicle? Because whenever I drove more than 30 minutes, and nobody knew this, anytime I drove more than 30 minutes, the car wouldn't start for 30 minutes. And I never could figure out why. I took it to different dealerships, different mechanics, but I just tried to get past it. So if I went somewhere with people, either I'm going to keep the car running or I'm going to stay there longer than 30 minutes. But I was ungrateful about the vehicle, and I was complaining to him about why couldn't I have a better car? Why couldn't he spend more money? Now, I probably would have handled that situation a little bit differently. I probably would have said, hey, that's good. I appreciate you telling me that. But on your way out, set the keys on the counter, and here's a couple of dollars for you. I'll give you a couple of dollars, and you can kind of, for your first bus ride. That's probably what I would have done. But I wasn't appreciative of what I had. And so I want to show you this juice here. Most of us focus on what we don't have. We're extremely thirsty and we want something to drink, but instead of focus on what we have, we think about everything that we don't. And we wind up becoming ungrateful for what we have. And then when we don't have it any longer, we're upset and mad. We have relationships with people that are in our lives, and maybe they're not doing everything we like, but we may have that relationship. Some people like their grandparents or their parents, and they have these trying situations, but instead of being thankful for them being around, we're ungrateful because they're not doing something that we want. But I just want you to be thankful today. And let me read to you First Thessalonians 5:18. And everything gives thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. It is the will of God. Paul was writing to the church in Thessalonica that it is the will of God for us to give thanks in everything. In everything, even though I may have a little bit, I just have this little bit of juice. I can be thankful that I have some juice. I was playing around with my wife saying that even if I lost my comb and my hair was undone, but I got a hood that I can put on my head and go outside, I can be thankful. In everything that you're going through, in anything that you're facing, be thankful. Be thankful for what you have and not for what you don't. Because when you have that attitude, you become ungrateful and angry at people. And it changes your demeanor. Instead of saying, you know what, I may not have everything that I wanted, but thank God that I have what I need. I thank you for what you've given me. It gives you a sense of praise, and I wrote about that earlier, that it helps you to rise above your situation. So I pray on this Thanksgiving that you'll look across the scope of all the things that you have and that you'll be thankful. May God bless you and keep you throughout this day.